God created it by hand, from mighty mountains to the raging sea, to every leaf on every single tree. It's in the holy book. Just open up and take a look. It's a story for young and old, the greatest story ever told. So lend an ear and you will hear the greatest story. The greatest story.
Once there was a man named Jacob who lived in the land of Canaan with his 12 sons. The oldest was Reuben, then Simeon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, Gad, Asher, Dan, and Naphtali. And finally, Benjamin and Joseph. They were Jacob's children by his second wife, Rachel. Being the youngest, they stayed at home while their brothers worked the pastures. Jacob loved all his sons, but Joseph was his favorite.
Father, when can I tend the sheep with my brothers? I dreamed it would be any day now.
Joseph, you and your dreams. You start tomorrow. And to celebrate the big event, I have a surprise for you. Now that he's of age, Joseph will join his older brothers in the fields.
All right.
And this will keep you warm.
Oh, Father, it's beautiful. Hey, look at these sleeves and the colors.
Father should have given you a coat like that, Reuben. You're the oldest.
Huh. In my dreams.
Joseph's brothers were jealous of his gift. It reminded them that their father loved him most of all. But the beautiful coat wasn't the only thing that made them angry at Joseph.
Judah, Asher, Simeon. The other night I had a wonderful dream. We were all in a field binding bundles of grain. And my bundle stood upright while yours gathered around mine and bowed down.
Bowed down? To you?
Huh?
Father may worship you, but we don't.
Hey, it was just a dream, Simeon.
I'm going to bed.
You know, last night I dreamed I was a star in the sky, along with 11 other stars. The sun and the moon were there too. And they all bowed down to me.
"11 stars? You mean 11 brothers. And we're supposed to bow to you? Who do you think you are? A king?"
If we're the stars, who are the moon and sun?
His mother and I. Joseph, you don't think your family should actually worship you?
Father, it was just a
Get to sleep. You and your brothers leave early in the morning. If you sleep late, they won't wait for you.
Father's got that right.
And I don't want to hear anything more about dreams.
The next day, Joseph was left behind.
Hello?
Uh-oh, the dreamers found us.
Get ready to bow, my brothers.
Look at him, strut around like a peacock in his new coat.
Sometimes I wish we could get rid of him.
No, you don't.
But I do. If he mentions one more dream.
Simeon, he's our brother. We couldn't hurt him. But you've given me an idea.
What were you trying to do? Lose me?
Joseph began to tell his brothers how smart he had been to find them, but they weren't listening. They had other plans.
Hey, careful with the coat! Reuben, Judah, no!
We'll keep him down there until we figure out what to do next.
Reuben planned to free Joseph when no one was looking and send him scurrying home.
Oh, no!
Reuben and Naphtali rounded up the flock while the others ate their supper. While they ate, a caravan approached.
Wouldn't it be funny if we sold Joseph to those merchants?
Why not? We'd finally be rid of the pest and have money from the sale.
Everyone agreed to the terrible plan. And Joseph was sold for 20 pieces of silver.
Brothers, why are you doing this? God, whatever happens to me, I still have my faith in you.
You did what to Joseph?
Calm down, Reuben.
I'll calm down when you figure out what we're going to tell Father.
We have figured it out.
We ripped Joseph's coat. We'll just make up some story. We looked everywhere for him, but only found his coat.
Oh, Joseph, what has happened to you? My son.
The brothers lied, and Jacob believed them. Joseph was taken to Egypt and accused of a crime. He hadn't done anything wrong, but he was thrown into the Pharaoh's prison anyway. Even in prison, Joseph trusted in God.
God, I didn't do anything bad, but I'm in here for some reason. I know in my heart that it's all part of your plan.
Joseph was right, and part of God's plan was to bless him with a special gift, the ability to understand other people's dreams.
Oh, what a terrible night. If I only knew what my dream meant.
Ah, my dream was 4 times as confusing as yours.
I can tell you what it means.
You understand my dreams? Ha!
Not I. Only God can explain them.
I believe you. Tell me about my dream. I was Pharaoh's cupbearer until I displeased him. In my dream, I saw a grapevine. On the vine were 3 branches with grapes. I squeezed them into Pharaoh's cup and put the cup in Pharaoh's hand.
The 3 vines mean that in 3 days, Pharaoh will set you free, and you'll be his cupbearer again.
Thank you, Joseph.
No, thank God, my friend. And when you're free, please tell Pharaoh about me. Tell him I shouldn't be in this awful place.
I promise, I promise.
Oh, enough about you. I'm next. In my dream, I had 3 baskets on my head. In the top basket were baked goods for Pharaoh. Suddenly, 3 birds came and ate everything out of the basket. What's that all about?
In 3 days, you will also leave this prison.
I knew it. I'm too important to stay here any longer.
Wait, there's more! Everything you own will be taken away, and you will be given Pharaoh's harshest punishment. I'm sorry.
Everything Joseph said came true, but the cupbearer forgot to tell Pharaoh about him. Joseph stayed in prison for 2 long years. Then one day,
Oh, what a strange dream.
Pharaoh met with the wisest men in his kingdom. Maybe they could understand his dream. But not one of them had an answer. Then the cupbearer remembered his promise to Joseph.
Oh, Pharaoh, there is a very wise man in your prison who might explain your dream.
Joseph, I dreamed that I was standing on the banks of the Nile when 7 fat cows came out of the water. Then 7 skinny cows came out of the river. And suddenly, the skinny cows ate the fat cows. What does it mean?
My God is telling you what he plans to do. The 7 fat cows mean that there will be 7 years with plenty of crops and food for everyone. But the 7 skinny cows mean that after that, for 7 years, no crops will grow and your people will have no food.
This is horrible, terrible.
No, Pharaoh. God has sent you this message so that you can prepare. Build barns to save some of the food that grows in the 7 years of plenty. Your people will have plenty to eat.
It is true. You are filled with the Spirit of God. This is the wisest man in my kingdom. We'll build these barns and save our food. And there is only one man who I trust to do such an important job. This man, Joseph.
Joseph went right to work. And soon the barns were bursting with grain and filled with cattle. But Joseph's greatest achievement was that the people loved him. God had helped Joseph do these wonderful things, and Joseph never forgot to thank him. Seven years later, the terrible drought that Joseph had warned about arrived. No crops grew anywhere, not even in Joseph's old home, Canaan.
We're out of food, Father.
There's a wise leader in Egypt who has stored food for 7 years. He's selling it to anyone who needs it.
Then we'll go meet with him and buy his grain.
Not Benjamin. I want him safe here with me.
Joseph recognized his brothers.
Bless you, great one.
But they didn't recognize him, so he pretended to be a stranger.
Where are you from?
Canaan, great one, seeking food for our family.
You're spies!
No, we're brothers, from a family of 12. Please believe me.
Liar! There are only 10 of you.
One brother was killed, and Benjamin, the youngest, was left at home.
I'll sell you my grain, but to prove that you are innocent and honest, bring this younger brother of yours the next time you come. I am going to keep one of you here until you return. Do you promise?
We promise.
God is punishing us for selling Joseph into slavery.
He pleaded with us, and we betrayed him.
I have no more time for you. Take your grain and go. And remember your promise.
Father, we had no choice.
Oh, Simeon, my son, a prisoner in Egypt.
But look, Father, we got the grain. Hey, my money's here in the sack.
Now we'll be accused of being thieves as well as spies.
Jacob didn't want to lose another son to Egypt, so the family tried to save their food. But soon, it was all gone.
We're leaving for Egypt.
And we must take Benjamin.
No, he'll wind up in prison like Simeon.
We promised, Father. If Benjamin doesn't come, Simeon will stay in prison.
And the Egyptian ruler won't sell us his grain. Benjamin will come home unharmed. I promise.
If he doesn't, Judah, I'll die of sadness.
Is your father well?
Yes, sir.
Good. God has blessed you. And you kept your promise, so I'll keep mine.
Then the brothers left, but Joseph had told his servant to secretly place his silver cup in one of their sacks.
Why do you repay good with evil? One of you has stolen my silver cup. Thief! For this crime, you will remain here in Egypt as my slave.
Please, if Benjamin doesn't return home with us, our father will die of grief.
He stays.
No! No!
Take me instead.
No, me.
Please, Great One.
When you threw me down that well, you meant it to be a bad thing. But in the end, God has turned it into something good. I came to Egypt and helped keep a nation from starving. It's me, Benjamin! Joseph!
It's true, I'm Joseph. Oh, can't you tell it's me? Look closer and you'll see the eyes of your lost brother. I am so glad to have my family gathered here. It's so good to know you're near again. It's really me, even I can hardly believe you are standing here after all these years. It was God's plan for me to be just who I am. It's true, you see, it's really me. What's done is over. Oh, brothers, dry your tears. It was God who sent me here, and my heart holds no anger. What you meant for evil then, God has used for good. Who'd have thought he would choose me? It's really me, even I can hardly believe you are standing here after all these years. It was God's plan for me to be just who I am. It's true, you see, it's really me. It's really me. It's really me.
Gather your families and our father and come live with me in Egypt.
Joseph, God be praised. You're alive and well.
Joseph and his family were never apart again, and God, who helped them survive the famine, raised up a great nation from this family. So Joseph learned that even when bad things happen, God can turn them into something good. In the land of Israel, there was a prophet named Jonah. A prophet taught other people about God and his love. Jonah told his friends and neighbors that God loved all people. And like God, Jonah tried to love all people and all creatures.
Your fish looks fresh today, Ophir.
Yes, Jonah, the freshest you will ever meet or eat.
You know how much I love eating fish. And I'll take a bag of peanuts. I see someone just as hungry as I am. Hungry, little dove? Here, take some of mine. We're all God's creatures. Sounds like someone's having an argument.
This is my pot.
No, it is mine! I saw it first! No, I did! I needed to carry water! I needed to carry raisins!
Stop! Fighting never solves anything. Besides, you're making me dizzy. My friends, please. God doesn't want you fighting. It upsets him. Now neither of you gets the pot. You were acting badly, just like someone from the city of Nineveh. Do you want God to think we act like the Ninevites?
No! No, Jonah.
Sorry, Jonah.
The Ninevites are enemies of our people. I heard they stole a boat full of fish.
Come on!
Yes, they are thieves.
Yes, they are very bad people. See what happens when you fight.
From now on, we will act like Israelites and not be bad like the Ninevites.
So Jonah had a very important job. He taught people about God's laws. There came a day when God had an even bigger job for Jonah.
Hello, Jonah.
God, it's nice to hear your voice.
I have an important job for you.
What is it? I will do anything for you.
There are some people who are not obeying my laws, Jonah. Look what they're doing. The people of Nineveh steal. They are not kind to each other. The children of Nineveh do not take care of older people. Others are lazy. And their king pretends not to see the problems. He only cares about eating all day and wearing fancy clothes.
Yes, the Ninevites are bad. Send a flood or an earthquake to punish them.
No, they are bad because they don't know about me. No one has taught them my laws. Jonah, your job is to go to Nineveh and tell them about me.
Me? Go to Nineveh? I can't. Please give me some other job.
Tell them of my love.
But they are the enemies of my friends and neighbors.
You must go, Jonah, right now. In 40 days, I will punish them for being bad.
But if you're going to punish them, why should I go tell them about you at all? I don't understand. The Ninevites should be punished for being bad. But what if I tell them all about God and they change? Then maybe God won't punish them. I can't do something to help my enemies.
Jonah was so confused, he asked his friends what he should do.
You know, it's funny, Jonah. Usually, we come to you with questions.
This time, I want to know what you think. How can I preach to the enemies of the Israelites?
Simple. You can't.
Ophir is right, Jonah. Don't go there. Don't tell them about God.
You do have a problem, Jonah. If you don't preach to them, you disobey God. If you do preach to them, you'll disappoint all your friends.
Nobody said being a prophet was easy, Ophir. Wait, I know. I'll just hide from God.
Sure, but where can you hide from God?
Why, in your store, of course. I know my plan will work, Ophir. If I hide here for 40 days, then God will punish the Ninevites and no one will be mad at me.
You call this a hiding place? Here, let me help you.
Ophir, you don't have to go to that much trouble.
Look, if you're going to hide from God, you've got to do it right. There! And my shop's never been cleaner.
Ophir, do you have any flour for baking biscuits?
Yes, yes, in that basket. There. No! Wait! No! No!
Now that everything's cleaned up, goodbye, Ophir.
What? But Jonah, why are you leaving?
I'm in the way, and I can't hide from God here in Israel. It's the first place he'd look for me.
So where will you go?
As far away from Nineveh as I can. I'll travel to the other side of the world, to a city called Tarshish. God will never find me there.
We'll miss you, Jonah.
Thank you. I have a very lonely trip ahead of me because God will not be with me.
So Jonah traveled as far away as he could to run away from God. First, he walked across dry deserts. Then he climbed high mountains. He finally came to the town of Joppa and found a ship that was going to sail for Tarshish.
Captain, my name is Jonah. Can I sail with you to Tarshish?
Sorry, Jonah. This ship only carries sailors and cargo. Besides, it's bad luck to bring a stranger on board, you know.
The sailors on this ship weren't Israelites. They believed in many different gods.
Ahoy, mate! Help me with this statue! Sure! Why not? What?
Please, Captain, I must sail away with you.
Why?
Because I am running away from God.
Why?
Because he gave me a job to do and I won't do it. I must hide so he won't find me.
Did you see that? A dove. He flew right to Jonah.
A dove is a sign of good luck, Captain. Very good luck.
With Jonah on board, we will have safe passage. They're right. Welcome aboard, Jonah.
So Jonah set sail across the vast sea, headed to faraway Tarshish. Jonah saw that the sailors didn't pray to God. They worshiped statues made of stone.
Excuse me, what are you doing?
Feeding the god of water. If he has a full stomach, he'll make the seas calm.
But this isn't a god. It's just a rock. My God is the real one. He created the sea, the sky, the animals, all of us, everything.
One God created all that? I don't think so, Jonah. See, this is the sun god, the god of the wind, the god of plenty, With so much in the world, you need a lot of gods.
Yeah, no one god can rule over everything.
Yes, God does. He is the one and only God.
Well then, if he is so wonderful, why are you running away from him?
He wants me to go to Nineveh and tell them about him. But they are the enemies of my people, and we'd be better off without them.
Oh, no! Captain, I've never seen a storm like that.
Me either. We're in trouble.
Whoa!
Take down the sails!
Help! Help!
Grab our hands! Men! The ship is sinking! Help me toss the cargo overboard! Good. We're safe now.
No! Nothing can save our ship!
Wait! What about the gods? Quick, everyone pray to the gods!
The sailors prayed to their gods, but the storm just grew stronger.
Someone has brought our ship bad luck. Very bad luck. We must find out who it is.
Let's throw lots! Then we'll know who brought this storm!
The captain and his crew, being superstitious, believed that pieces of wood and bone would tell them who brought bad luck to their ship.
There! The lots point to the man who brought us bad luck. It's Jonah! Where did you come from? And who are your people?
I am an Israelite, and I worship the God of heaven. I'm running away from him.
And he has found you.
Jonah, what can we do?
How do we make this storm go away?
Throw me overboard. You must save yourselves.
Please, Captain. We have no choice. We must throw Jonah into the sea.
His God is more powerful than any of our gods.
Jonah, I'm sorry. We've done everything we could do.
I know, Captain. It's not your fault. I made God angry. It's me, not you, who should be punished.
God of the Israelites, we're sorry for having to throw Jonah into the sea. Poor Jonah. May your God forgive you, Jonah.
Jonah found himself in the whale's belly. Now he was really alone.
God, I'm sorry for trying to hide from you. Do you hear me, God?
Jonah prayed to God for 3 days and 3 nights.
It's so dark inside this well, and I'm lost at the bottom of the sea. I was a fool to run from you. Now I know just what you want from me. In the belly of a whale, one day has gone by. I promise to be true, and all you ask I'll do. In the belly of a whale, oh please hear my cry. Never will I hide. Your word will be my guide. From the belly of a whale, what can I do to thank you, Lord? What offer can I make? Look in my heart, and you will find my life is yours to take. In the belly of a whale, 2 days have gone by. I promise to be true, and all you ask I'll do. In the belly of a whale, can you hear my cry? Never will I hide. Your word will be my guide. From the belly of a whale, now I can feel you near. I know that you are here. You have heard my plea and come to set me free. Set me free. In the belly of a whale, 3 days have gone by. I promise to be true, and all you ask I'll do. In the belly of a whale, I know you hear my cry. Never will I hide. Your word will be my guide. From the belly of, the belly of, from the belly of a whale.
After that, Jonah was no longer alone.
Hello, Jonah.
Oh, God. I'm so glad that you're here with me.
You tried to hide from me.
Oh, yes. And I now know that was really, really wrong.
Jonah, you have learned your lesson. Come on, let's get you out of here. Jonah, Nineveh is behind that hill. Hurry, go tell them about me and about my love.
God, I'm ready to do it now.
So Jonah went to Nineveh. And what he had to say was so wonderful. All of the people listened. They believed, and best of all, they changed.
God says we shouldn't steal from each other. We are all brothers and sisters in this world. Would you steal from your own family? God says we shouldn't hurt anyone weaker than us. Since we are all God's children, we should protect each other. Children, stop. God says we should honor our elders. Don't forget, they helped raise us and looked after us.
Even the children were changed, and they gathered around Jonah just like sheep around their shepherd.
Hey, farmer. God says we all have jobs to do, and we should work hard. We should listen to him since he's the one who gave this wonderful world to us. O King of the Ninevites, this is no way to lead your people. God tells us to care for one another.
Ha! Why should I care what your God thinks?
Because he is going to punish everyone in this city for being bad. Nineveh will be like this grape. Please believe me, King of the Ninevites. I was sent by the one and the only God. You only have a few days.
I do believe you, Jonah.
Then know his love and obey his laws. That's all he wants.
Jonah told the king all about God's laws.
My people, people of Nineveh, hear me. For 1 week, all of us must fast. No one will eat anything for 7 days, and all of us will wear rags. If we do this, we will show Jonah's God how sorry we are for acting so badly.
After Jonah told the Ninevites about God and his laws, they changed their ways. Jonah then left the city. He sat on a hill above Nineveh to watch God punish them.
Jonah, I'm proud of you. The Ninevites have changed their ways.
But aren't you still going to punish them?
I am not going to punish anyone, Jonah.
But God, they are such bad people. Shouldn't they be punished?
They have heard my voice through you, Jonah, and have changed their hearts. I love them as I love the Israelites, as I love all people.
I was afraid of this. I saved the enemies of my people.
Go home, Jonah. It will be okay.
No, wait! Please, God. I am more confused than ever.
Jonah didn't know what to do, where to go. He just started walking into the desert. Unfortunately, the desert was hot and he didn't have any food.
I'm so tired, hungry, and thirsty. Thank you, God. Thank you for this plant and for saving me.
The next morning, the plant was dead, and Jonah was mad. He was mad because God let a worm destroy the plant.
Jonah, why are you angry?
You let this wonderful plant die that gave me food and shelter, like you took away my hope yesterday when you didn't punish the Ninevites.
You're mad because the plant is dead. You cared more about this small plant than the whole city of Nineveh, but you didn't do anything to keep it alive.
So?
How do you think I'd feel if I punished all the people of Nineveh? There are men, women, and children that I made and cared for over many years. They never knew or loved me until you came. Shouldn't I still care about them?
Yes. Yes, you should.
Go home and tell your friends about Nineveh and the plant.
So Jonah went home.
I can't wait to see my friends and eat all my favorite foods. Except for one food. It's going to be a long time before I eat fish again.
Jonah was accepted back by his friends, and he spent the rest of his life teaching about God's laws, and especially about God's love. The 12 tribes of Israel were led out of Egypt by Moses. God had promised them a home of their own, a land called Canaan. But once they got there, many Israelites were afraid of the armies of Canaan. They didn't trust God to help them win their battles. They wanted to go back to Egypt where they had been slaves. God decided that since they didn't trust Him, they couldn't enter the Promised Land, and He had them wander the deserts for 40 years. After 40 years, God led the children of the 12 tribes back to the Promised Land. But instead of it being a time of joy, the Israelites were full of sadness. Their leader Moses had died, so they didn't have anyone to lead them to their new home.
Boys, behave yourselves.
Today we are remembering Moses.
Joshua, who helped Moses for those 40 years, was remembering the great leader in his own special way.
Come to cheer me up, Turnip? What will happen to our people now that Moses is gone? Who will guide us to the promised land?
Why not you, Joshua?
Turnip, you talked.
It's me, Joshua.
God?
I've chosen you, Joshua, to lead the Israelites into the promised land.
No, I can't.
You helped Moses.
But he was a great leader. I'm just an ordinary man, a simple servant.
Don't be afraid. There is greatness in every man who has faith, Joshua.
God, where is the land you promised us?
Look west. What do you see?
The desert floor and the Jordan River. Beyond that, foothills and green.
The promised land. Take your people, Joshua.
But I can't lead them. I'm frightened.
Yes, you will face many dangers, but be strong. Remember, I will never leave you.
Because Joshua loved God and obeyed his rules, God protected him. God's rules, known as the 10 Commandments, were written on stone tablets inside the Holy Ark.
The river's very swift. Crossing won't be easy.
Oh, this is foolish.
Following Joshua as if he were Moses.
Are you coming, Aram?
Come, let's see what will happen. How about there, Joshua? I'll see how deep it is. Do you think you can cross it, little one? Oh, come on, it's just a little water. No!
Who are you? Go away!
I am Joshua, leader of the Israelites. God has promised us this land.
Did he? Well, I'm the king of Jericho, and you can't enter. We are protected by this swift river and the strongest wall in the world. If you can cross this river, you better be prepared for a fight.
Our God protects us, as he protected Moses, our leader.
Yes, I've heard that your God parted the Red Sea, but he has no power here. Stay away from Jericho, or my army will destroy you.
What'll we do, Joshua?
Have faith and cross the river when God tells us to.
You heard Joshua. Let's tell the others.
I'm worried about this king of Jericho. He's like the waters of this river, dangerous.
Joshua.
Yes, God?
Don't be afraid of the king. If you trust me, I will protect you.
Joshua did trust in God. He selected 2 men to sneak into Jericho and tell him about the king's army.
One, 2, 3 soldiers. That third one is tiny. I'll only count him as half a soldier.
Aram, we're spies. That means we have to be quiet.
Oh, quiet. Right.
Spy!
King! I'm only a harmless traveling merchant.
Liar! You're a stranger in Jericho, so I say you're a spy.
Hey! Shh! But he can't do that!
More spies! Israelite spies!
That's being quiet.
Catch them!
Stop the spies!
Catch the Israelites!
They must be here somewhere. You men, try up that street.
God help us.
What do we do?
Psst. This way. Hurry. My name's Rahab. I want to help. This way. Under here. Quickly.
Open your doors by order of the king. Out of my way. The Israelite spies. Did you see them?
They were here, but they ran toward the city gates. If you hurry, you might still catch them. The king will be very unhappy if you let them get away.
Rahab told the Israelites it was safe to come out of their hiding place.
That was a very brave thing you did.
Why did you risk your life for us? Two strangers.
Everyone in Jericho knows the Israelites are coming to our land. We've heard that your God rules the heavens above and the earth below. He's so powerful. He parted the Red Sea for Moses. Now our men are afraid to fight you. Go, hide in the hills for 3 days. Then you'll be safe.
God bless you, Rahab. You're very kind.
Wait. I showed kindness to you. When your people attack the city, please spare my family and me.
We promise, Rahab.
Leave this red rope hanging from your window. It will be a sign that no one in this house is to be harmed.
Joshua's spies did as Rahab had said. After hiding in the mountains for 3 days, they ran back to camp with their report.
That's what Rahab told us, Joshua. Everyone in Jericho is afraid of us. We can defeat this king of Jericho.
I'm not so sure, Aram. He had a lot of soldiers.
They were all small.
Let's pray to God and thank Him. He has done as He said. The promised land is ours.
The next day, the 12 tribes marched towards Canaan. But as God had told Joshua, entering their new homeland wasn't going to be easy.
How can we cross this river safely? Please, God, give me an answer.
The water's too fast. It's too fast. I'm not going to. No. No.
How will we get our children and animals across?
Don't be afraid. God has shown me a way. Bring out the Ark of the Covenant.
Joshua directed the priests to carry the ark into the river and hold it there. The Israelites were confused. What did Joshua have in mind?
This can't be safe. Joshua doesn't know what he's doing.
Behold, the power of God.
As the crowd watched, a miracle happened. The priests held up the ark, and God held back the waters.
It's just like when Moses parted the Red Sea.
It's true then. God must be with Joshua, as he was with Moses.
The Israelites' faith in Joshua grew and grew, for now they knew he followed in the footsteps of Moses.
Joshua, choose 12 men, one from each tribe. Tell them to get 12 rocks from the middle of the river, from where the priests stood. Carry the rocks and put them down where you stay tonight.
In the future, your children will ask, what do these rocks mean? And you will say, the water stopped flowing when the Ark of the Covenant with God crossed the river. These rocks will always remind the Israelites of this.
One evening, Joshua was walking near Jericho.
I've followed God's commands without question. I've tried to be a good leader, but I'm not a soldier. How can I fight the king of Jericho and his army?
Joshua.
God? How shall the enemy be defeated?
You won't need swords or armor, Joshua. Just have faith in me. To defeat the king and army of Jericho, here's what you must do.
Early the next day, Joshua formed the Israelites into a long line.
Remember, do as God instructed. Not a word, not a sound from any of you.
First came 7 priests playing ram's horns. Then the Ark of the Covenant. Then the armed men. They marched one time around the great city.
This is not fighting. This is a parade! Well, I guess we've won!
When do we attack the city, Joshua?
We don't. Tomorrow we march around it again. And just like today, everyone must be quiet. No shouts of war. The only sounds can come from the ram's horns.
So the Israelites marched once around Jericho. Every day for 6 days. And for 6 days, nothing happened.
You Israelites are fools! And the biggest fool is your leader, Joshua!
On the morning of the 7th day, Joshua's people were restless.
Joshua, you do not know what you are doing.
Our people are tired of marching in circles.
We need a soldier for a leader.
Yes! Let's fight!
You're right. I'm not a soldier. But I do have faith in God. He didn't let Moses down, and he won't let us down, so long as we trust in him. This is the 7th and last day. Who will come with me?
I will.
All of us!
Tell everyone we will march!
And march they did. But instead of going around the city just once, as they had done for 6 full days, Joshua said that God wanted them to march 7 times. And on the 7th time around, they did something completely different.
Shout, yell, scream, so that the heavens can hear you. Shout, for God has given us Jericho.
For 40 years we wandered through the desert sand, hoping we could find God's promised land. And now it's here before us, behind a fortress tall. But it will not be ours until we bring down the walls. Bring down the walls of Jericho. Bring down the walls, lift your horns and blow. The sound we make is gonna shake this city to the ground. We'll see the promised land when the walls come down. We believe in God, that He is with us here. His power is much greater than that army over there. Our enemies are laughing, but their kingdom soon will fall. When we raise our voices, we will bring down the walls. Bring down the walls of Jericho. Bring down the walls, lift your horns and blow. The sound we make is gonna shake the city to the ground. We'll see the promised land when the walls come down. So shout out loud, shout out strong. That wall around the city won't keep us out for long. Sing to God, one and all. That land that we were promised is right behind those walls. Bring down the walls of Jericho. Shout them down. Bring down the walls. Lift your horns and blow. The sound we make is gonna shake the city to the ground. We'll see the promised land when the walls come down.
With their voices, a few ram's horns, and their faith in God, the Israelites captured Jericho.
Joshua! These are the people who helped us. Rahab, her mother and father.
You're a brave woman, Rahab. God has watched over you and your family because of your faith and for helping my people.
Can we stay and join you, Joshua?
Nothing would make me happier.
Don't touch me, Israelite! How dare you treat me this way? Why, I'm the king!
You were the king. When I said God promised us this land, you laughed and called me a fool. Who's the fool now?
You can't, no!
Has anyone seen turnip? For you. Perfect. My friends, our days of wandering are over. We're home.
After Jericho was captured, the Israelites kept moving and claimed more and more new land. Their wandering days were over, all because Joshua and the Israelites had faith in God.